We're now joined by Sports Illustrated legal analyst Michael McCann to decipher what this means for the school moving forward. Michael, it should be noted we've just received a statement from James Franklin saying that they intend to vigorously defend the program and, quote, as always, the health and well-being of our student athletes is of the utmost importance to us. So I ask you, in a whistleblower case like this, what are the chances that Dr. Lynch actually wins the lawsuit?
Well, right now it's hard to project his odds, in part because he didn't identify which specific incidents occurred in the complaint itself. Now, part of that reflects the fact that there are requirements in terms of privacy for educational records and health records that probably limited what he could share in the complaint. But we don't yet know what exactly James Franklin is accused of doing beyond the more generic argument that he somehow interfered. If this case gets into pretrial discovery, though, Jason, we could see emails, texts, and other communications that shed light on what exactly Franklin is accused of doing in terms of allegedly interfering.
Michael, some people have looked at the dollar amount when you're suing a major brand like this of only $50,000. What does the dollar amount signify to you in this lawsuit?
Yeah, that's really just for pleading purposes to get the case into court. The actual amount of damages, should the lawsuit prevail, would be much higher than that, probably substantially higher.
You mentioned earlier that if it goes to pretrial, we'll start to get more information. In a case like this, isn't it usually a system where they would settle these sorts of things to avoid that level of publicity?
Yeah, I would imagine this is a case that's really begging for a settlement because of the fact that any lawsuit where it's hinged upon emails and other messages that might reflect poorly on high-profile people, there's an incentive for all involved to say, look, let's strike a deal. And Penn State could argue that Dr. Lynch, if it was so bad as he claims, why didn't he go public with it earlier? Why didn't he resign in protest? So he may have some explaining to do as well.
When you've got as many defendants, there are multiple here listed from the coach to the athletic director, how do you pinpoint fault in a legal system like this?
In a situation like this, all of them are included as defendants in part to apply pressure because it gets them, each of them, worried that they're going to be implicated, their reputations are going to be tarnished. They may be more likely to share information that is unflattering for some of the other defendants if it will protect themselves. So part of it is a pressure tactic, but at the end of the day, if there are damages, and I don't think this case will ever get to a trial, I suspect it settles, but if we play it out and it goes to trial and the doctor wins, most likely Penn State and Penn State Health would pay the balance of the damages as the institutions involved.
All eyes will be on how this plays out and really, ultimately, the health and welfare of the athletes, which is the most important part. Michael, thank you so much for your time and insight. We appreciate it.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, highlights, and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.